Pagkakaiba ng fluctuation ng international stock market sa Philippine stock market, by this time siguro, Coach, marami na tayong viewers na attracted talaga and ready na to start investing. Do you have, sir, some updates about the stock market? Or how is the stock market doing right now?
Okay. So actually, the stock market is doing pretty well right now, no? Mas nag-stabilize na tayo. So from the middle of the third quarter, so around August, no, up until right now, ngayong November, we are experiencing a continuous increase in the market range since nakahit na tayo ng 7,300 mark sa PSEI level. No? So PSEI, for those who do not know, it's called the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, or the consolidation of the top 30 companies here in the Philippines. No, however, the stock market this week, looking at it at a short term, the stock market retreated this week since our investors stayed on the sidelines kasi wala pang mga fresh leads on which investments are good to go. No, so in terms of how the stock market is doing right now, long term we are doing good. Short term we are still trying to stabilize ourselves.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, talaga on that. Parang nakakaengganyo na kasi trying to stabilize, meaning meron talaga tayong chance. Almost there. Almost na. Malapit na.
Pero sir, tanong ko naman, are there any factors that we should consider before buying our first stock? Or kayo po, nung first buy nyo ng stock sa Jollibee, ano po ba yung mga inisip nyo na pwedeng maka-apekto dun sa decision na yun?
Sige, I've been studying the stock market ever since I was 12 years old. Pero all those went to waste nung nag-buy ako ng first stock ko. Bakit? Kasi emotion yung tumakbo, hindi yung mga pinag-aralan ko nung sa first trade ko, no? Kasi sabi ko, masarap naman sa Jollibee, magandang company naman to, no? So, it's really about also taking into consideration your emotions. Are you the type na kapag yan ay biglang bumagsak, are you gonna sell, are you gonna panic, no? So pero in terms of siguro what stocks to buy, you consider the fundamental and technical analysis, no? So what do you mean by this? Fundamental analysis is the face value of the stock, no? So kapag yung company ba na yan is maganda yung itsura niya, maganda yung image niya, maganda yung financial statements niya, is it good for long term? And of course, looking at the technical analysis, no? So here, I'm gonna be using some jargons, no? So here, titingnan mo na rin dito yung moving average niya, yung volume niya, yung MACD or the moving average convergence divergence, and the RSI, relative strength index. So there are a lot of factors to look at it, depende kung ikaw ay mag-long term. Long term primarily would be fundamental analysis. Short term would be technical analysis. But of course, it's a good practice to do a little bit of both before you buy your first stock. No, so siguro just to share an experience. There's actually a team na tinuruan ko in terms of investing in the stock market. And may flowchart akong binigay sa kanila. No, I'd love to share it with you, but I don't have it right now. Ang sinabi ko sa kanila is first identify the industry of the company, saan ba siya, telecommunications, restaurant, food and services, mga ganon. And then afterwards that, check the fundamental analysis, the ROI, the return on asset, the net income, the debt to equity ratio, yung mga ganong klase mga ratios, I forgot that term. No, kaya nag-shift ako ng Finman eh. No,
Sir!
No, sorry. No, ayun. Basta yung mga income related statements, and then afterwards that, no, you look at their technical analysis. Tapos if everything's everything is a green light, no, wala naman masyadong red flags, then you buy that stock.
So speaking of red flags, sir, ano po ba para sa inyo ang red flag ng isang stock na hindi dapat pag-invest ng isang tao?
Okay. Ako siguro personally, if you're going to be investing it right now, no, siguro kapag yung stock na yan is politically hot, no? What do you mean by politically hot? Kapag yan ay in the middle of something na very controversial, no? Like what happened to ABS-CBN nung biglang nawala sa public listing si ABS-CBN nung pinasara siya. No? So of course, aside from that, kapag nakikita natin na sa financial statements ni company is nagkakaroon na mas mataas na debts yung pinanggagalingan ng asset instead of the income, no? And then of course, aside from that, maganda rin kapag makikita mo kapag yung red flag ng company na yan is that they are in terms of the technical analysis, they are slowly decreasing na talaga, patuloy yung pagbababa. Pero sa technical analysis, it's not going to be stating otherwise na tataas pa siya anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. So sir, may mga tanong yung in a personal basis, sir, may nagtatanong dito eh.
Okay.
May nagchat-chat eh. May nagsasabi, sir kayo daw po ba, nakapag-invest na daw po ba kayo sa maling company? Naranasan nyo na po ba yun, sir?
Yes, no. It's not that I invested in the wrong company or the bad company, but I invested at the wrong time in the company, ganun mo. So, for example, nangyari kay APVI, no, kay Atos Property Ventures Incorporated. So, actually what happened there is that I invested 10,000 pesos ata in that company. Tapos tumaas naman siya. No, tumaas siya, my money actually tripled in the span of 3 days. No, however, nag-greedy ako. Nag-greedy ako, sabi ko, pataas ng pataas 'to ba? Sige, hindi ko muna tiningnan yung technical analysis. No? So, pagkatingin ko, yung supposed to be na 12,000 na profit ko, naging 5,000 na lang yung profit because nagkaroon ako ng loss. Bigla siyang bumaba. I wasn't able to check the technical analysis well. No? So, if you're asking me if nagkaroon na ba ako ng experience na mag-invest sa maling company, not really. Pero kung nag-invest ako sa maling time sa isang company, then yes.
Sir, sa maling tao?
Ay, hindi pa.
Have you ever invested, sir, sa maling tao?
Ay,
hindi pa.
Invest sa maling tao? Ay, yes, oo, nagawa ko na yan. No? Pero right now, I can say my investment is really profiting.
So, sir, from account talks talaga, sa aming dalawa ni Kian, we hope talaga na yung investment mo ay mag-bloom. Lalong-lalo na ngayon sa investment mo sa tamang tao.
Yes, of course. It's already booming na.
Already blooming na ba, sir? Pero maghihintay na po ba kami ng ibang invitation dyan, sir?
Ay, matagal pa.
Matagal pa. So, sir, medyo nakakasad kasi ang dami ko pang gustong itanong sa inyo. Pero, ito na yung huling question ko. Sir, ayun nga, mayroon kang experience sa stock market. And nasabi nyo nga, sir, na 12 years old pa lang kayo, pinag-aralan nyo na yan. And at 18, ay bumili na kayo ng sarili nyong stock. How did it affect your life po ba? From that point on, kamusta na po kayo?
Kamusta? Wait lang. How am I supposed to answer this? No, kamusta ang life ko right now? Actually, it gives me comfort knowing that there is a stock market. No? Kasi considering the possibilities or the potential of the stock market, it gives me comfort that if I have extra money, I can just put it in the stock market anytime I want. No, of course, with my current experience regarding trading the stock market, of course there's comfort, but of course there is fear. No, nothing in life ever comes easy or with 100% security. No, so of course, in terms of how it affects my life right now, at least meron talaga napupuntahan yung pera ko. Kasi in terms of my income, talagang pumapasok din siya sa stock market so that I can really know so that I can be financially free, no? Para hindi lang talaga yung active income ko ang pinanggagalingan pero my investments in the stock market are blooming na rin.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, sir, on that talaga.
Thank you so much, Sir Adrian, pero hindi pa po tayo tapos. Meron pa po tayong questions from our viewers. Ito po may nagtatanong, kaso DM lang po direct message lang. As an investor po, sir, anong pwedeng gawin po bilang pag biglang nagkaroon ng hyperinflation, kasi daw po may nabasa daw po siyang, may nabasa akong around the corner na daw ang hyperinflation. Ayun.
Okay. So in terms of the hyperinflation and in the stock market, of course, nakakaano rin. Sige. When we say hyperinflation, it is the scenario, di ba, na na sobrang taas ng magiging inflation natin. So our goal in the stock market is actually to beat inflation. So in terms of investing in the stock market, kapag maglo-long term ka naman, it's still a good decision to just keep your investments there. Pero kapag mag-short term investment ka, please watch out in terms of the market fluctuations, because there are those who will be scared of the hyperinflation. No, pero in terms of investing in the stock market for long term kasi, no, sorry kapag masyado ako naka-focus sa long term. If you want me to go on towards short term, please do let me know. In terms of doing stock market sa long term kasi, you're actually riding inflation itself. No, how do I mean by this? No, let's say for example what happened kay Jollibee. Jollibee back then, di ba yung burger steak niya nasa 50 pesos lang. Tapos ngayon, nasa 70 pesos na ang burger steak niya ngayon. It's because of inflation. So, the same thing, anong nangyari sa stocks ni Jollibee, tumaas din siya. So, if you're going to be investing long term, then it's a good sign, then it's still a good decision. Mag-invest ka lang dyan, regardless of hyperinflation. But in terms of short term, please do watch out. No? Set your maximum profit or your ceiling price, and then set your cut-off price.
Ayan, nasagot na ang question ni Rigo Reyes. Shout out kay Rigo. Ikaw naman, partner, baka may nagtatanong din sa'yo, may nag-DM or may nag-comment sa Facebook Live and YouTube Live natin.
Naku, partner, yung mga tinatanong nila sa akin, puro personal questions eh. Medyo natatakot akong tanungin kay sir eh. Baka mamaya si sir biglang sabihin, akala ko ba investing tayo dito?
Naging marites ka na.
Kasi kilala ko dito talaga, sir, puro chismis lang talaga ako. Ako yung nagchichismis sa mga speaker. Pero sir, kayo, napapansin ko, sir, na mahilig talaga kayong ituro nyo to sa ibang mga students or sa mga younger entrepreneurs na tinuturo nyo talaga yung stock markets, diba? Ano yung nagpa-engganyo sa inyo, sir, para magturo?
Growing up in the slums of Tondo, Manila, joke lang.
Sir, narinig ko kanina yung silver lining sa inyo, sir, ha? Tapos ngayon yan.
Siguro kasi growing up, of course, I can see that a lot of Filipinos are really in the sandwich culture, no? And this is something that my mentor is also fighting. What we mean by the sandwich culture is that yung mga magulang natin, they are depending on us to be their retirement, no? So of course, as much as possible, I would want to fight that, na tayo mga Pilipino magkaroon din tayo ng own sense of financial freedom, no? In my company right now, which is PK Financials, we are advocating for a generation of abundance and psychological wellness. So basically kasi, I've seen the potentials of the stock market, and considering na 3% lang ang mga Pilipino doon, I want to advocate for financial literacy, na hindi matakot ang mga Pilipino instead of just relying on their job to, of course, get that risk, to take the risk to get high return, high risk, high return, for them to really identify their own risk appetite, kung saan nila gusto mag-invest, not just in the stock market, cryptocurrency, bond market, foreign exchange, real estate, any investment that actually, no. Ang gusto ko lang naman talaga kasi, which is why I'm actually doing stock market webinars for free, is para tayong generation, Gen Z, millennials, we end the culture of being afraid of investments and start doing our research in terms of the red flags and the scams.
Nakaka-inspire po talaga yun, sir. Parang, kung iisipin po kasi talaga, tayong mga Filipino, either we support our parents, or we support our younger siblings, or we support the both of those generations, di ba, sir? So, importante talaga na magkaroon tayo ng financial literacy. Kasi kung ikaw mismo, salo mo yung dalawang generation na yon, mahihirapan ka talaga. Parang hindi mo na mamimit yung needs mo kasi minimit mo na yung needs talaga ng iba. Tama ka dyan, sir. That was very, that was very helpful. Talagang na-reach ako doon. Aray.
And not to antagonize naman our culture na family-oriented tayo. But of course, kasi due to our culture, nagiging na-antagonize na rin yung mga tao na gusto rin may sariling mga ambisyon na sinasabi wala kang pakialam sa pamilya mo. But in fact, we're doing this for our family, di ba? Ganun tayo mga Pilipino. We are doing everything we can for our family.
Tama yan, sir. Lalong-lalo na yung mga so-called na breadwinners of the family.
Yes.
Talagang kung anong kayod yung gagawin, kakayurin talaga. Kung anong trabaho kukunin para lang to support everyone talaga na kaya nilang i-support. So, sir, mayroon po ba kayong message na masasabi? Onting push na message lang para mag-invest yung mga so-called breadwinners nga na sa family.
Okay.
Meron ba kayong message sa kanila?
Okay, for our breadwinners, actually not just for the breadwinners, for everyone that's listening right now, or sa mga machichismisan nyo neto, my message for you is to start, take the risk. Do not be afraid of the risk because, of course, depending on your risk appetite, high risk, high return, low risk, low return, you diversify your income. You create multiple sources of income. Stock market, second job, a business, a career, because of course, true financial stability is not really about being able to afford a Lamborghini or go travel anywhere and anytime you want, but true financial stability is for you to be worry-free in terms of your expenses and give the abundance that you want to give to your family. So please start now while you're young. Actually, kahit hindi ka na young, kung matanda ka na, start. Kasi kapag after 10 years, you're still going to be 30, you're still going to be 40, you're still going to be 50, 60, but at least what you did to your money is something different and that can help you.
That's right, sir. Talagang yung investing kasi talaga, panghabang buhay din kasi yan. Parang makakatulong din yan sa retirement ninyo. So, kahit anong age pwede. There's no age limit pagdating sa investing. Yes. May nag-comment, sir. May nagtatanong mula sa ating YouTube live. Sabi ni Ma'am Eloisa Martinez, what are the pros and cons po kung gusto mong maging indirect investor?
The pros for indirect investing is that you get more time for yourself. Hindi ka ma-stress in terms of the stock market. You get time freedom as well, At least may ibang tao magpapalaki ng pera sa'yo. And they are experts already. They are professionals. These are what we call the fund managers. However, the disadvantages would be hindi mo masasabi kung anong specific companies ang gusto mong mapag-investan. So of course, aside from that, there will also be fees, like premium fees, like fund management fees. So instead of you being able to maximize your profit from investing indirectly, there will also be fees like brokerage fees, commission fees, but of course you're utilizing their services, so that's just to be expected. So to sum it up, pros would be more time for you, less stress, but cons would be less control of your investment.
Yon. Now, alam nyo na po, guys. So, sa ating viewer naman sa Facebook, sabi ni Ma'am Laika, why do some stocks po rise so much on the first day of trading, pero yung iba, hindi po umaangat? Ano po yung meron sa stock market? Bakit ganon?
Okay. It all revolves around the law of demand and supply. So kapag marami naglalaro sa stock market na yan, magiging mataas din ang magiging fluctuation ng market na yan. Let's say, for example, what happened with APVI. So if you are not familiar with what happened, sorry, narinig niyo ba yung ingay? Hindi naman. Okay. With what happened to APVI, ang IPO niya or ang launching price niya was at 10 pesos. Within 40 minutes, pagka-release niya, yung 10 pesos per share naging 230 pesos per share. So that's 2,300% na profit kagad. It's because a lot of people were anticipating the IPO of APVI. The same happened with Mary Mart, Yung 1 peso niya naging 2 pesos, naging 350, naging 450, So it depends on how many people or how many players there are in terms of the stock market. Here is also another possibility, and this is something that I would like to not think about. there is also a possibility of market manipulation, no? In terms of market manipulation, we have our ways kasi, no? Let's say for example, so kay company B, nag-invest ako, si Lorraine at saka si Kay. No, meron akong 60% ownership doon sa company na 'yon. 60% ng stocks na yun. Tapos yung price range niya is at 10 pesos. Yung 60% ko, binenta ko ng 1 peso. No? So, yung 60% ko, binenta ko ng 1 peso each share. So, ibig sabihin, biglang baba ang magiging price ng stock market na yon. Tapos, konti-konti na siyang tataas. Pero, in that scenario, quite possibly hindi na mababalik sa 10 pesos. So, there is a possibility for market manipulation or insider trading. No? Let's say, for example, there was this scenario within a company. No, I'm not going to disclose it na lang. Within a company, na magre-release sila ng bagong product which will really get them in the higher ranks. Ngayon, isang employee ng company na yun, ni-release na kaagad siya sa public. So even before releasing it, even before the company released the product, bumili na siya ng shares na yun, then release it to the public para tumaas. And then nung tumaas na siya, binenta niya, tapos ni-release na yung product, tapos nag-stabilize ulit yung market. So demand and supply, market manipulation, and insider trading.
Sir, meron namang comment sa Facebook po. If ever meron na po kayong savings to invest and gusto mo pa ring aralin in detail yung stock market, ano pong reliable websites na we can visit? Thank you po.
Okay. In terms of reliable websites, no, you can check Investopedia. No, maganda yung Investopedia actually. They have a consolidated amount of information regarding the finances. Tapos, Investagram, no? Just to clarify, hindi po ito sponsored. I just really like Investagram. No? Kasi sa Investagram, marami silang mga libreng courses in terms of the stock market. No? Pwede ka matuto doon. Pwede ka mag-virtual trade. Ayun. This is something that I would also like to emphasize on. If you don't have the money yet, but you want to practice stock trading, you can do virtual trading in Investagrams. No? Paano yon? You'll be playing with practice money. No? Pwede kang mag-buy and sell, pero you're not going to be earning or losing any of it because it's not your money. Practice lang siya. Para at least pagpasok mo, pag may savings ka na, pwede kang, you'll have more knowledge and more experience about it. No? So, just to answer the question, practice with virtual trading, and then of course, maximize the information available online, Investopedia or Investagrams. Actually, any trading platform meron silang mga courses.
Actually, sir, buti na nasabi niyo yang sa Investagram yung virtual na trading. Kasi ang pagkakala ko 50,000 virtual na practice money yung binibigay ng Investagram diyan. Tapos naalala ko noon, parang nagpa-practice ako. Tapos ang una kong inanuhan is isang penny account, tsaka yung isang blue chip, yung Jollibee. Tapos nung kinopare ko siya, medyo natakot ako kasi yung penny na investment ko, ang bilis niya bumaba. Pero yung nag-invest ako sa Jollibee, parang bumababa siya, tapos umaangat, tapos bumababa, tapos umaangat. In a week, siguro yung first investment ko na 200, naging sa Jollibee, naging 416, ganon. Tapos, 416, 216, ganon. Tapos sa penny naman na 1.36, naging 0.22. So, medyo parang mas nakakalula pala yung mga penny investments. Pero sir, eto, may nagtanong ulit sa ating YouTube Live. Tanong ni Sir Von Lantaya, Sir, most mutual funds po have long-term maturity years. Between long-term stock market investments and mutual funds, which do you think po is better for people na gusto na pong mag-invest agad?
Okay, ang ganda ng tanong na yan, no? Actually, that is true. In terms of mutual funds, most of them have long-term maturity periods. No? Depende na lang din siguro yan sa sa goal mo tsaka sa budget mo. So kapag yung goal and budget mo is that you maximize your currently 50,000 pesos or 10,000 pesos, no? then I would suggest that you invest in mutual funds. At least doon diversified na yung maging growth ng pera mo. However, if you have 1,000,000 pesos or 1.5 million pesos, mga ganon, then you invest in a diversified portfolio in the stock market yourself. No, it all depends on your budget din kasi kung ano bang gusto mo talaga mangyari. There are mutual funds that already have a statistics wise parang magiging projected return. Of course, in the stock market, you can already do your technical analysis there. So mutual fund, stock market, UITF or VUL, nakadepende yan talaga sa magiging goal mo and budget.
Grabe yung interest, sir, ng mga viewers natin. Talagang hindi pa natatapos ang mga tanong. Meron po ulit nag-comment sa Facebook naman po, sir. Sir, paano daw po malalaman if overvalued na yung stock?
Then, overvalued, no? Ako personally, how I look at it is kapag there is a, how do I say this? There is an abnormal movement in the stock market, no? Kapag biglang tumaas yan, then it is overvalued. Kapag wala naman talaga nangyayari sa company na ito, biglang tumaas, then it's overvalued. Another tool that you can make use of would be the relative strength index. No, so sa RSI kasi na yan, there are two levels, 70 and 40. Kapag sumobra yan ng 70, no, it means that it is overbought or it is overbought. Kapag bumaba siya ng 40, then it is underbought, meaning it is overvalued. So you can make use of tools, you can make use of your own, you can make use of your own strategic thinking.
Ayun. So, sir, may nagtanong po ulit. Sabi po ulit ni Sir Von, if mag-i-invest po ako, oh my God, sir. Pag nag-invest daw po ba si Sir Von, ikaw daw po ba ang ROI?
Unfortunately not. I am already a reserved ROI.
Ay, sorry, naka-reserve na po pala.
No,
guys.
But if there are people who want to start investing directly or indirectly, they can reach me naman. I'll give my social media later.
Ayun. Tapos, grabe sir, ramdam na ramdam talaga natin yung energy talaga ng mga viewers natin. Kasi from YouTube to Facebook, talagang nahalata mo sir na nakikinig talaga sila na interested sila. And I learned so much talaga from Coach Kyle. And I know na marami pa kayong tanong guys, but sadly, parang parang nakaka-overwhelm yung mga tanong ninyo guys ha. Napaka-intense. So, we're very thankful na nandito kayo, Sir Kyle, and we would like to present po this certificate of appreciation to you. Ayun. Wait lang po.
So, partner, bago natin i-present kay sir ang Certificate of Appreciation, gusto ko lang i-share yung mga natutunan ko. I learned that whatever research we attempt po pala, fluctuation in prices are still very much unpredictable. It is possible to lose a large amount of money within few seconds. At the same time, it is still possible to earn high when you trade or invest in stocks. When we learned that in stocks, trading and investing are two entirely different terms. And also, I learned that trading is more than the concept of buying and selling while maximizing a certain period fluctuation, while investing focuses on maximizing the long-term value of stock. Ayun sir, sobrang thank you po sa mga tinuro nyo sa amin ngayong hapon at mga share nyong knowledge sa amin. And si Miss Lou seems to lose her connection po. So, to present po the certificate of appreciation, parang nagkakaroon po tayo ng technical problem. Pero sir, again po, thank you so much po sa araw na ito at sumama kayo sa amin bilang guest namin. Sobrang dami po namin natutunan, lalo na sobrang saya po namin dahil nag-participate ang ating mga viewers, dahil mukhang naging interested po sila talaga sa talk nyo ngayong araw. Ganun po ang naging resulta, kaya napakasaya po namin at ng aking team sa naging result po ng ating TV show ngayon. Thank you so much po, sir, ha? Thank you po.
Okay, is it okay? No, is it okay if I also share here with my social media para they can also tap me kapag may gusto silang itanong or if they want to start investing in the stock?
Opo, yes, sir. Pwede po kayo mag-promote or maglagay po ng social media nyo para po sa ating mga viewers. Kung marami pa silang tanong, hindi na po natin makater ngayong araw, pwede nyo pong i-DM.
Okay. Sige, should I share my screen or, okay. Sige. Okay, so for everyone who wants to start investing in the stock market, but of course, we can accommodate all your questions right now due to time constraints. You can just reach me, or you can help me build my social media. You can just visit beacons.page/AderKyle for all my social media, or if you want to contact me directly, that's facebook.com/coachaderkyle, or I'm also trying to build my digital assets on TikTok. And of course, Facebook for our company is facebook.com/TKFinancials. Just tell me that you listened through the account talks, no? And as my gift to everyone here, I'll waive my fees and give you a free consultation. So yeah.
Wow! Thank you, sir. Ayan mga viewers, tandaan nyo yung sinabi ni Sir Kyle. And pwede nyo siyang kontakin dito sa lahat ng nakalagay sa ating screen. Drop nyo yun, guys.
Right. Thank you so much, Kay.
So, sir, thank you so much po ulit sa inyong time and effort na ibinigay sa amin. So, to present you the Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate is awarded to Mr. Adrian Kyle A. Ramos for imparting his invaluable insights and expertise as a guest speaker during the accounting online show entitled Demystifying the Stock Market, held on the 24th day of November on the year 2021, signed by the Country Manager, Mr. TJ Yuson, and our accounting head, Elijah Jose Rodriguez. But before we end, thank you so much ulit po, sir. But before we end the event, I would like to remind everyone that Accounting Portal Philippines is accepting members who will enjoy certain benefits. Number one is free 2 modules of their own choice. There's also exclusive webinars and certificates, 10 to 30% discount on products and services, 10 to 15 Shopee discount on Andalusia PH. For further details, visit our Facebook page, Accounting Portal Philippines. Now, we can have the photo opportunity. May I call on Mr. Rigo Reyes for the screenshots para naman makapagpa-picture tayo kay Sir Kyle. Ready na po ba tayo? Smile po tayo dyan.
Game po. 1, 2, 3. Thank you po.
Again, sir, thank you so much po. Thank you po
Thank you so much
for
for having
lending
me,
us
everyone.
your time. And we hope to see you again po ulit, sir.
Yes. course. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Until next time, on behalf of my partner Lou, I am Kay, and this is all about accounting.